Respect yourself because people can see if you don't. If you're not dating to marry, you're dating for heartbreak. Let that sink in and be in a serious relationship. There never exists a relationship without self-interest. In short, every one of us for sure is selfish. Experience is the best teacher. Action is 10 times more valuable than reading and planning. The more you spend clinging to the past, the less likely your future will be any brighter. Don't be afraid to make a hard choice. The hard choices are the best you end up making. Worry doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. Trust is easy to build but can be shattered in seconds. Patience can do wonders. If you are impatient, life will always be harder. Bad times are actually a boon because they wake you up to the good things you never paid attention to. What other people think of you is none of your business. You may not realize this, but the people you love are your biggest weaknesses. It's best to leave things at the right time. Otherwise, you are left with too many regrets and complaints. To reach somewhere, you need to leave something behind. No matter what good you do to people, they will only remember your mistakes. When you're working for someone else's dream, you sacrifice your own. No matter how nice or respectful you are, some people will still talk bad about you behind your back. These times will make you wise, mature, and fearless. Don't be a people pleaser. You'll be alone in the most difficult times of your life. No is one of the most powerful words in existence. People want you to succeed, but not more than themselves. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. If you do not make yourself indispensable, you will be unemployed soon. One negligible action can have devastating consequences. Once you hurt someone, they're not likely to forget. They will always remember how much you've hurt them. People only want to hear the good, not the bad, so if you have issues, it'll be hard to find people to confide in. If someone says something and then says, "I am joking," he or she is always serious about that said thing. Mostly people will treat you according to their needs and greed. It's easier to get into a thing than out of it. Never expect someone to catch you when you fall, even if you have caught many from falling. The smaller your circle, the less you have to deal with. Your friends' problems become your problems. Trust wisely and not blindly. Don't make them the reason why you are happy, because once that person walks away from your life, you're left with nothing. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. A back phase of your life can start at any time. You will be pulled down out of jealousy. Don't get surprised. It's normal. If you are a so-called nice guy, you will be screwed up in the worst possible way you can ever think of. Time is the most powerful force. No matter how hard you fight it, time will do what it wants. Time defines you. You will not be defined well by anything other than time. Holding grudges will never harm people you hate, only you. You spend all your health initially for wealth, and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. Just because you are going through hell right now doesn't mean you will never smile again. Pain is purely temporary. Self-pity is dangerous. Stay away from it. Listen to the people who tell you what you don't want to hear. Never share your problems with friends before finding a solution, no matter how challenging it is. Don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Never lend money because you might lend it to friends for a few days, but retrieve it from fools for years. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. Never jump to conclusions. Be discerning and let people show you their true colors. See people for who they are, not who you need them to be. Don't regret the past, because at that moment you did your best. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Don't react in anger immediately. Wait for it to subside. What is said or done in anger is irreversible. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Things won't happen in a certain way just because you want them to happen that way. Holding on to things will always make you more stressed. It is good to be generous, benign, and magnanimous, but there's a limit or you'll be taken for granted. Have at least one person in your life who gives you honest opinions. Before you are old, attend as many funerals as you can bear and listen. Nobody talks about the departed's achievements. The only thing people will remember is what kind of person you were while you were achieving. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. You attract what you are. You want to attract better, become better. Most of the stuff you worry about never happens. The harder your past was, the more beautiful your future will be. At your life's darkest moments, you'll see the most clearly. You make the best decisions when in pain, because the fear of experiencing the same pain again is the strongest motivator. Things that will count: you, your health, and your achievements. Time is everything, and one day it will define you. We cry over people, but what about time? Time is also never going to come back. Your respect at most places is directly proportional to your bank balance, whether it's a machine, a house, or a relationship. Maintenance is always cheaper than repairing. Good things do come to those who wait and suffer. It might take time and be a long and rough road, but it's completely and totally worth it. There is no better way to save yourself than saving money every day. Compound interest can do wonders. Anyone you love can die anytime. Cherish them.